The first step in conducting a business survey for selected harmonized system or HS classifications is to identify a sampling frame. XMPI sampling frames should include resident businesses that export directly to non-residents, resident businesses that directly import goods for intermediate consumption from non-residents, and wholesale and retail distributors that serve as intermediaries for resident businesses and households that purchase imports or sell internationally. Separate sampling frames for each of these populations is an inefficient approach, mainly because some businesses act as both importers and exporters. Customs data are the best source of a sampling frame for an MPI. For XPIs, both customs data and the frame or sample of an existing PPI can be used. Using an existing PPI frame or sample for an XPI is an efficient approach. However, this also presents some important challenges. The PPI and XPI have different scopes. The scope of an output PPI is the goods and services produced by all resident units engaged in market production. The best sampling frame source for an output PPI is a statistical business register that includes information about the sales and industrial classification of domestic producers. The scope of an XPI, on the other hand, covers goods that are sold to non-residents. These may be sold directly by producers or by wholesalers. Because wholesalers are usually excluded from the PPI, these traders will be missed if only prices from the PPI are used. In addition, some of the producers included in the PPI may engage in little or no export and will not provide prices to be used in the XPI. Finally, PPI item weights are based on production value, while XPI item weights should be based on value of trade. Customs records, however, provide export and import values at a detailed classification level. This enables an efficient probabilistic sample design to be devised for each XPI and MPI. Customs data contain the names and addresses of statistical units engaged in international trade of specified goods. They also include the HS classification, value, and quantity of each listed shipment of goods. They provide nearly complete coverage of merchandise transactions updated each month. While customs records provide excellent coverage and weighting information, it may be burdensome to add trade values by business across different transactions and time periods. For example, let's say we were trying to identify the largest exporters within HS Chapter 87, which includes vehicles other than railway or tramway rolling stock and parts and accessories. We would need to aggregate all the export records of all HS classifications within Chapter 87 in all 12 months by business. If the customs system is not designed to allow easy aggregation of these records by business, it would be challenging to execute this approach for selecting a sample. If it is difficult to aggregate customs record by business, a sensible middle ground might be to use the same sample for both the output PPI and the XPI. But then, this must be augmented on an ad hoc basis with large wholesalers and other traders as found in the customs data.